Academy, and today we will read the third chapter of class 8 of play Andher Nagari Chaupat Raja. Okay, before that let us discuss the word stop of this chapter. Okay, see here, esteem means honored, prestigious, refuse, hermit, saint, boring, irksome, tedious. It means these are the meanings you know very well, and if you don't know then you can ask me, although I am already explaining. Intention, goal, destination, defective, damaged, bad. Summon, rally, mobilized, etc. Recently, newly, flashed. Pardon, forgiveness or amnesty. Okay. Entitle, authorize. Queue, line up, waiting line. And the last one is spare, save or give up. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay. Okay. We are now. Let us start the chapter without wasting a second. See. Class 8 book, chapter number 3rd, play. See. A play, Andher Nagari Chaupat Raja. The court awaits the arrival of the king. Two guards are standing front right of the stage. It means the stage is already ready and waiting for the arrival of the king. First guard to the second guard, be alert, the king is about to arrive. Be alert, he is coming. Second guard, who wants to be alert? Who wants to be alert? No one. Life seems like one long sleep in this land. I am at ease all day, though I am a guard. I am feeling very well, comfort, I have no any problem. Okay. First guard, how boring. I wonder if something interesting drama might unfold at the court today. It would enliven the atmosphere. Enliven means make lively. It means it would be very interesting. I think today in the court that something interesting will be happen. Okay, he is hoping. Second guard, I would be equally happy if there was none. Enter the discipline, looking around. It means the second guard is also saying, oh, I also will be happy if it will happen. First guard, halt, wait. You are a stranger, give your identity. It means second guard told to the disciple, wait, you are unknown, give me your identity or prove your identity. Disciple, you are right, I am a visitor here, a disciple of the wise sage from the Ghangor forest which lies to the east of your kingdom. Okay, I am already unknown for you because I am the disciple of a wise king from your kingdom. First card, what brings you here? Why you have come here? Disciple, I have heard amazing things about this kingdom of Andher Nagari and the great king Chaupat. It means I have heard something interesting, amazing. That is very interesting. That's why I am here. I am especially impressed by the fact that everything in the market is sold at the same price, no complication. It means the dispersive, I am very surprised or impressed by the situation condition of this street, that everything is being sold at the same rate, either the gold or packet of fruit. Both have the same price. No complications, no problem. Okay. First guard, you have heard right. In our land, you can buy the most rich and delectable sweets for the same price as an equal measure of vegetable. Take sir bhaji, take sir khaja. I am quite happy about it. It makes life easy. The guard said to the disciple, oh, you have heard the right, that here everything's either delicious foods or non-delicious foods, both have the same price. Whatever you want, you can take, and it makes life easy in our kingdom. Okay? Disciple, so it should. Okay? Very good. It would be a good idea to settle in his land, but first I would like to attend the court today and pay my respect to the mighty King Chapat. I would like to meet him and pay the respect to him. Second guard, you may stand here pointing out with those people who are in queue. Loud voice from the back said, "Here, you people, here comes the most noble and most revered, most gracious, most Lord King Chapat of this vast kingdom. Make way for the king. Go to the royal monarch." It means the guard is announcing, "Be alert, most prestigious, most learned, most revered, most gracious king Chapat is arriving here. Be alert and go before the royal monarch." Okay, it means just be in the situations, pay the respect. King Chapat arrives to the fanfare of bugles and drums and takes his place on the throne. Bugles, fanfare of bugles. It means with the great enthusiasm and big festivities. Okay, it means called grand welcome. Okay, king, let the court begin. Let the court begin. Fourth guard messenger. The first complaint. Thief rushes forward and wails loudly, "Oh, most great king, I beg for justice." The first thief said, "I am here to get justice or demand justice." King, what is your complaint? Tell me your complaint. Tell me your problem. Thief, in this great land of Andhenagri, my friend and I have been truly hard-working, honest thieves. All these years we have been true to our profession. And what is your rewards? The thief is saying to king that in this Andhenagri I am working hard and honestly, but what is the reward for me? Last night, with great effort, we made a hole in the wall of a merchant's house. When all his family were away, my friends peered through that hole into the house when suddenly the wall collapsed, and my friend was instantly killed. I have lost my only friends and partner. O king, it is the merchant's fault for living in a house with such weak walls. It means the thief is saying to the king that my friend had been died due to collapse of the wall, and it was the fault of the owner of the house because he had constructed the weak walls, and due to which my friend was dead. Okay, and I want justice. I want justice. King, face the merchant at once. A life for life. The merchant must be hanged. Call the merchant, and he must be hanged because he had killed a person. This is a crime. Merchants, the guard leaves and returns with the merchants, who goes before the king. Merchants, mercy, O noble king. I had no intention of killing these skilled professionals. It is not my fault that the wall of my house collapsed. My house has been recently built. It is the fault of bricklayer who carelessly built such a weak wall. The merchant is saying to the king that it is not my fault. It is the fault of the bricklayer and who is making such a weak wall, due to which it happened. King, bring the careless bricklayer immediately. He must hang for his fault. Now, after merchants, bring the bricklayer. Second guard leaves and return with bricklayer means it. Bricklayer, O most revered Lord. Revered means most honored. O most revered Lord and King, kneeling to the king, have mercy. I beg you, don't send me to the gallows. I beg you, and I would like to request you, don't hang me. Don't hang me. I agree that I built the wall which collapsed and killed a man, but it was not due to my carelessness. It was not due to my carelessness. It was only due to the I agree that I built the wall which collapsed and killed a man, but it was not due to my carelessness. It was not my fault. It was the fault the mortar which have made such weak walls. Okay, the mortar which I used to lay the bricks was of poor quality. The mortar which I used to lay the bricks was of poor quality. That was, there was too much of water mixed in it. It is entirely the mortar's maker's fault. It is not my fault. It is the fault of mortar maker's fault. It was not my fault. King, summon the mortar maker at once. Summon means call. I have already written here, rally, mobilize or call. Okay, both. Call the mortar's maker. He must pay with his life for his thoughtlessness. It means he has not thought that what would happen if he makes a bad quality of mortar. Okay. First guard exit and return with the mortar maker, who rushes and throw himself before the king. Now the mortar maker is before the king. Mortar maker wailing loudly. Wailing means crying or saying something loudly. Forgive me, O merciful, please do not hang me to death. I have a wife and 2 young children who look after thee. Now the mortar maker is pleading or requesting to the king, please don't hang me. I have 2 children and a wife. I have to look after them. Okay, so please don't hang me. Mortar maker, king, your carelessness has cost a life. You must pay with your life. Due to you, the skilled professional, skilled thief have lost their life. Mortar maker, no, my lord, I am not to blame. The pot which I used to pour water into the mortar had an extraordinary large mouth, so excess water poured down into the mortar mixture. I was helpless. It is the potter's fault for making such a useless pot. Now the mortar maker is saying that it is not my fault. It is the fault of the potter who made the pot and having the holes, and that's why it got the more water than required to the mortar, and due to which the quality of mortars defected, and now the result is before you. It is the fault of pot maker. King, let the potter be brought here at once. He must be executed for molding such a useless pot. Then call the pot maker. He should be hanged. 4th guard leads and re-entered with the potter. Now the potter before king. Potter lowering before the king. Lowering means bowing before the king. Your Majesty, show mercy to this humble potter. I agree the pot I made and sold to the mortar maker was defective one. I am accepting my defects, affecting my mistake that due to pot the accident took place, but it is not my actual fault. But I am not guilty. I am not the real culprit. As I was molding that pot, I heard the sweet, delicate tinkling of anklet. Payal ki awaz. It was the money lender's daughter. She distracted me just as I was sapping the mouth, and it became too wet. Due to the tinkling of anklets, I got disturbed, and the mouth of the pot becomes wider. Okay, king, bring the money lender's daughter here. This very instant, she must be sent to the gallows for disturbing this poor potter at work. It means due to disturbing the potter, she should be hanged according to the king's chobot. First guard leaves and enters with the money lender and his daughter. Moneylender in a desperate mood, desperate voice means becoming sad. Oh, just king, spare my daughter. She is only child and to be wedded next Monday. Moneylender said to the king, please spare my child, leave my child, and because she is to be wedded next Monday. Okay? Daughter, oh, do not fret. Do not fret means do not stop. Father, the king will not hang me. The king will not hang me. The daughter is saying to moneylender, please don't be panic. He will not hang me. To the king, your most esteemed highness, your most honored king, I rarely step outside the threshold of my home. I rarely used to go outside my home. But as my father said, I am to be married next week. I was going to the goldsmith shop to urge him to work faster and hand over my ornaments on time. It means the girls was going to goldsmith to request him, please prepare the item before the time so that her marriage would take place. The potter's shop is on the way. I could not help it. It is all the goldsmith's fault. Had he delivered my ornaments on the time, I would not have been forced to go past the potter's shop. It means the daughter is saying to the king that it is the fault of ornaments maker or goldsmith, that if he had prepared all the things before the time, I would not be in hurry and the potters would not be disturbed. Okay? See, king then sent for the goldsmith without any delay in Bethlehem. It means now the king ordered, please call the goldsmith, he should be hanged. Second card, exit and return with the goldsmith. Goldsmith in a cranky tone. Cranky tone means being crazy. O noble king, I beg of you, how can you give me such a harsh sentence? I respect you. How you can give me the hard punishment? I was merely following our orders to the letter. You commanded me to set aside all my work and get the queen's ornament ready before her highness' birthday. My dear king, you have already told, please deliver the ornaments of your queen before her birthday. So there has been a delay in making this lady's bridal ornaments. In the name of justice, your highness, pardon me, spare my life. I was just following your highness' order. Due to the order of your king, I was preparing your items, jewelry first, and due to which she got delayed, and due to which she ran fast, and the accident took place. Okay? King, not another word. Your excuse does not hold good. Take the goldsmith away the gallows and hang him at once. It means now the king is not satisfied, and he told you are not producing the satisfactory answer, and your answer is not satisfactory. That's why you would be hanged. Goldsmith, have mercy, O generous king. I fall at the feet. Please forgive me just once. This time, let me live. I have. Please forgive me. King loudly, none of this anymore. Take him away at once. Let him hang to death. Now your excuse is not accepted. You will be hanged. Okay? Two guards drag the wailing goldsmith away. Courtiers and others whisper to one another out of shock. Soon the guards return with the goldsmith and the hangman. The courtiers and other persons in the court were talking to each other, and the goldsmith and the hangman was before them. King, annoyed, angry. What? Why have you not carried out my orders? Hang the goldsmith at this moment, or else you will suffer the same punishment. Hang this goldsmith on the gallows. Otherwise, you will suffer or you will get the punishment. Please follow my order. Hangman holding a nose in his hand. Nose means phanda. In his hand, 1,000 apology. 1,000 apology, O great king. But this nose does not fit the goldsmith's neck. It is too loose. It means this nose is not fitting in the head of the goldsmith. Goldsmith pointing to the subject and see who it fits. Whosoever has a neck of the size of nose must be hanged. It means now the order has been passed. If the nose fits, find the person whose neck fits to this nose, जिसका neck इसमें fit कर जाए, pointing to the subject and see who is okay. Hangman tries the nose on many of the subjects, waiting for the justice. It means now the hangman is trying whose neck is fitting to this nose. They spurn and resist, but the hangman, with the help of guards, overpower this. Finally, the nose hits the disciple. It means the hangman was trying to each other, trying upon everyone, and lastly the nose hits to the disciple of the wise saint. Okay, hangman. Oh, Your Highness, it fits it at last. Now it fits. Disciple, but king, oh, just at last take him to the gallows without further delay. Don't make a delay and hang to him. King, justice delay is justice denied. Andher Nagri prides itself on prompt action. Our action speaks louder than words. It means the king said our kingdom is known for justice, and justice delay is justice denied. Okay, न्याय में देरी मतलब न्याय के साथ बेईमानी. Voices and shouts heard from outside. All re-enter in the rush with another elderly man. Now with a louder voice, another elderly man or another elder man entered the court. King, what? Why have you all returned with this strange alive? And who is this man? Who is this man? What is your name and why you have come here? Okay. First God, I beg your pardon. Please forgive me, Your Highness, but we are confused indeed. It means I am not clear. This old man rushes towards us as we were about to hang the young stranger and begged and pleaded that he should be hanged instead. It means the old person who arrived in the court saying that he should be hanged in place of the disciple. Second God, at first we thought the old man had lost his mental balance. It means I think he had lost his mental balance, and that's why he is saying that I would take the place of this person, this disciple. I think he had lost his mental balance. He is mad. Now see, first God, but this young man says that he is a wise and learned sage from the forest yonder, and he himself was this man's disciple. The old man said, the first God asked to the old man, and the first God explained before the king that he is the hermit, he is the saint whose disciple is here before us, and he and her and his neck fit the nose. ये उस आदमी का गुरु है. Say, O noble king, you are most generous. Be kind and allow me to hang in place of my disciple. I beg of you. You are the great one. You are generous, simple, humorous. Please allow me to hang in place of my disciple. King, what a strange appeal, and why does such a vicious and a holy man wish to obstruct the course of justice? May I ask? May I ask why you are asking for me? Why you are saying so this, that I should be hanged in place of disciple? Is there any proper reason? Say, showing reluctance to let out his secret, Your Majesty, the truth is no, I cannot say. The Sheikh is saying, see, he is playing the mind game with the king and told, oh, I don't like to say. Please don't ask me. What is the secret? Please don't ask me. And he knows if he said, don't ask me, then he will surely ask me. See, the king will force him to explain the cause. King, I demanded an explanation or I shall not have you hanged in place of your disciple. Please produce an explanation, otherwise you will be hanged in place of your disciple. Say, you see, oh, it has been predicted by the great seers. Oh, no, I should not say this. It has been predicted, it has been forecasted by the foreteller. But I don't like to tell you, I don't like to share with you. King annoyed, he becomes angry. Speak out at once or your disciple will be hanged. Tell me the reason, otherwise your disciple will be hanged. This was the stern action, stern words used by the king before for the hermit. Okay? Say, the great seers have foretold. Seer means foreteller. Fortuner means who sees the lines of our hands or जो हस्त रेखा का ज्ञानी. The great seers have foretold that the one who will be hanged on this day in this kingdom shall become the next king and conquer many more nations. It means the hermit explained before the king that the foreteller have told me those who will be hanged on this day, he will rule the whole world after his death. I want to become the next great king, your majesty, and reign over a great country. I will go down in history as a famous royal monarch. The future generation will read about me and my greatness for millenniums to come. It means the hermit told him, the foreteller have told me those who will die on this day will rule on the greater part of this country and will be remembered for many more years and generations. Okay? Shall I never earn that fame if I remain a recluse, a sage? So do grant me this favor, O king, let me die at the gallows today. So please allow me to die today in place of my disciple. King, the next king and this kingdom will expand. The next king and this kingdom will expand. Glory of millennia to come. Why no one but I should be entitled to this privilege? It means now none of you, either disciple or the hermit, would be hanged. I am authorized to be hanged on this gallows. Now the king is thinking that I will rule the whole country and my name will be spread, flourish on the whole country, on the planet, and I will be remembered for the millenniums to come. Guards, take me to the gallows and hang me at once without any delay. Hurry up, don't waste time. What a wonderful fate in my next life. A king once again. Goodbye, world, see you again. All exit. With this, we come to an end of this chapter, and the last the king said, I would like to be hanged in place of this, and I don't like to miss this opportunity and to be the king in next life also. Okay, and this was the mind game played by the hermit before the king, and the king caught in the mind game of the hermit, and lastly the king hanged himself on the gallows so that he would rule the whole country in the next life also. My dear friends, we have learned from this chapter that we should never forget to apply our mind when there is a hard situations. And the king have not applied and not understood the mind game of the hermit, and that's why he tripped in the mind game, the plan of the hermit, and lastly he hanged himself on the gallows in the hope he would rule in the next life also. Okay, my dear friends, please the summary of theme of the chapter. Apply your mind. Apply your brain. Brain in all situations. And be cute. Okay, my dear friends, till then take care. Oh sorry, I would like to explain it in Hindi for 2 minutes also. एक राजा था जिसका नाम था चौपट, और उसके राजा का नाम था अंधेर नगरी चौपट राजा। अंधेर नगरी चौपट राजा, नगर का नाम अंधेर नगरी, राजा का नाम चौपट। वहां पे हर कुछ सेम दिखता था। एक बार एक साधु और उसका चेला जाता है, चेला को बहुत अच्छा लगता है, वो वहीं रुक जाता है, साधु वापस चला जाता है। एक दिन होता है कि चोर मर जाता है, तो चोर कहता है कि मुझे मार दिया। फिर कहता है जिसने दीवार बनाया उसने मारा। दीवार वाला कहता है कि जिसने ईट बनाया उसने मारा। ईट वाला कहता है कि जिसने पॉट बनाया उसने मार दिया। पॉट वाला कहता है कि एक लड़की जा रही थी और उसके हम आवाज से हम डिस्टर्ब हो गए। अब वो लड़की कहती है मेरी शादी थी तो मुझे ऑर्नामेंट्स है, ऑर्नामेंट्स, और बोलते कहता है कि नहीं, ये आपकी क्वीन का डिमांड था इसलिए हम जल्दी कर रहे थे, इससे कारण हुआ। अब लास्ट में कहता है कि ठीक है इसको हैंग करो। तो जिसपे गले का फंदा फिट करेगा उसको, तो उस चेला को फिट कर जाता है, और वो चेला हैंग होने के करीब रहता है। उसका गुरु आता है और गुरु कहता है मुझे करो, मुझे मतलब गैलोस पे हैंग कर दो। तो राजा कहता है क्यों? तो कहता है इसके पीछे कारण है, क्योंकि एक फॉर टेलर ने और एक ज्योतिष ने कहा था कि जो इस दिन गैलोस पे चढ़ेगा वो अगले किंग में राजा बनेगा और सालों सालों तक याद रहेगा। और राजा इस तरह सोचता है कि मैं खुद चढ़ जाऊं, अगले साल मैं फिर अगले जन्म में बनूंगा। और वो चढ़ जाता है, डिसिपल उसका हर्मिट बच जाता है। ओके माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, शेयर, लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर माय चैनल। थैंक यू, टेक केयर।